Hi, my name is Kate Hicks, and I teach flute and recorders on lessonface.com. You can always find me there. Today, I am going to dedicate this lesson to Cassy. I hope I say your name right. She has been asking for me for a while to post a lesson on how to do vibrato, and specifically vibrato on G major and D minor scale. So I'm going to go over that a little bit today. All right, where to start? In a few of my videos, I have two of them, they're very similar, on how to vibrato on your flute. And the vibrato is that wonderful wavy thing. It just puts an extra shine on your music when you're doing the phrases and certain notes. It's just wonderful to get a little vibrato on that. It just makes your song really sing. So please look at those lessons on how to vibrato with the flute and with a recorder. Now I'm just using a very cheap plastic Yamaha Baroque recorder. I know it's Baroque because it has a B on the back there. I'll go over that another time. But basically in my lesson, I talk about pulsing and how to do the vibrato. So basically, here's a note without vibrato. And here's with vibrato. So how do we learn to do it? It's actually not that difficult, but it takes control, and you have to teach your muscles what they need to do. I think anybody can do this, can learn to do this. So I start with a metronome. So what I teach my students is, say, first it's all pulsing, like da. I'm not a very good vibrato when I sing. I'm not a very good singer at all, but you're just using these muscles, da, and you can feel it, very slightly here in your right here and your diaphragm a little bit. And what I find is when I'm doing pulsing on my flute, I need to use those muscles a little bit more, but less so on the recorder. So it's all about control. So let's say our pulses are usually 3 per beat, 4 per beat. Really, they slip into that, sometimes 5 per beat. So let me do an example. Let's start at 3 per beat, and again, please do it with a metronome. Okay, that's my sound. So let's see. 3 per beat would be like triple it, triple. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, maybe. Maybe I'll do it at 75. Triple it, da. It's 3 per beat. And I can go up a little faster. Let's do it to 80. And you just learn to do even pulses. You want even. And it's like a gentle ha ha ha, but you kind of connect them together like da. And it's again all about control. And I really plead with my students, please do it with a metronome. That way you're going to learn to do your pulses nice and evenly, and your music is going to sound so much better. Of course, when I'm playing my music, I don't have a metronome next to me. You just naturally slip into it, but start with a metronome. So what I have my students do is say, for example, I'll just do this G major scale for a sec at 3 per beat, and I'm on 80. So G major scale has an F sharp in it. And I just did it to the top. Let's do it from on the way down. Did 3 per beat there. Now let's try a little 4 per beat. So I'm going to pop it down to, say, 75 beats per minute. So what's 4 per beat? Think you're doing 16th notes, like 1 Eana, 2 Eana, 3 Eana, 4, or just say the word alligator in your head. Alligator, 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 alligator. That's 4 per beat. Like So let's say if I'm gonna do the G major scale and I'm gonna go 4 per beat, maybe I'll just do it this time, let's see here, as half notes. Oops, I didn't have my finger on it. Now, going on the way down, an F sharp is this. You'll see that in your recorder fingering chart. So let's see from the top. So that's just a little bit faster. I find that when I'm playing my phrases, I normally slip into a 4 per beat. And if I'm playing really fast, then it usually slips into 3 per beat. So let's say if I was just going to play a G major scale, and I'll put a little vibrato on the G's. How about that? Let's just see what I get. All right. Whoops. Something like that. Sorry, I'm a better flute player than I'm a recorder player. I admit it. All right, now let's talk about G major and D minor scale. All right, G major scale has an F sharp in it on the way up and on the way down. And you'll see that in all the fingering charts and stuff like that. Eventually you just memorize it. But it's just G to G. You've got the F sharp in there. And again, the F sharp fingering is this. It's actually very similar to the flute. The flute, its alternate F sharp fingering is this. So it's kind of easy to remember if you know how to play the flute also. Okay, D minor scale for Cassy. D minor scales. Minor scales are different and they're really, really cool. And I will post a lesson on minor scales with the flute, but basically those are those spooky sounding scales. I'll just play a D minor natural scale, and I'll talk about natural, harmonic, and melodic minor in just a second. But it sounds like this. It's kind of spooky. Let's talk about it. So, D minor scale. What you do to figure out, okay, it's from D to D, back down to D, but what is the key signature? I always think of a piano keyboard in my head. Here's my little Hello Kitty, and if you want to know what D minor scale, what is the key signature? What you do is this. Start on a D, this is my little Hello Kitty, and you go up 3 half steps. I begin on a D, and I go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 half steps, and I land on an F. F major scale happens to have the key signature of a B flat in it. That's how I figure out what's D minor scale. Again, you just go up 3 half steps. If you were, for example, wanting to play A minor scale, I start on an A, and I think, oh, what's that key signature going to be? Begin on an A, go up 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. I land on a C. So therefore, A minor scale would be in the key of C major. Everything is a natural. Bum, 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 bum. Aren't those spooky? So, 4, the D minor natural. That just means you're playing in the key of F major on the way up and on the way down. Okay, so here it is. And I'm playing the natural minor as I have it written there. I could put a little vibrato on it. Okay, if you want to. Harmonic. That means you raise the 7th note on the way up, and you also keep it raised on the way down. So here's how the key signature would look like with a D harmonic minor. I'm raising the 7th note, which is the C, and I also keep it raised on the way down. So very slowly I will play the D harmonic minor, and this will be the key signature for it. So slowly. Isn't that fun? All right, now the melodic minor. I think of many more. It begins with an M. So you're raising more of the notes. With the melodic minor, you raise the 6th and the 7th note, which is the B and the C, and going up, but you unraise them on the way back down. So the key signature for these guys, for the melodic, you're raising the 6th and the 7th note. So I go from a B flat just to a regular B natural, and here's the 7th note, it's already raised, but on the way down you unraise them. So that C on the way down becomes a C natural, and then you go back to the B flat on the way down. Okay? So again, this B over here is going to be a B natural because I just raised it a half step. You're just raising a half step. All right, so here's what the D minor melodic minor scale is going to sound like. Isn't that fun? So, you know, it's just great to learn the minor scales. What's a really good exercise to do is, say, for example, you're learning the G major scale, and then you want to go, oh, what's the relative minor of the G major scale? What you do then is you start on a G, and you go down 3 half steps. I land on an E. So therefore, E to E would be in the key of G major. That would be its minor scale. It has an F sharp, which is that. So it's kind of cool. So I'll go over that another time. Cassie, I hope this is the lesson that you wanted. On the recorder, again, when you vibrato, it's just really gentle vibratos. Listen to other recorders. You know, listen to music. You know, it's all over YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But just listen to how those real big bad professionals put a little extra shine of vibrato with a recorder, and it really is so much fun. Just really gentle pulses, nice and even. Put it on some of the notes, figure it out. You know, you can just pick and choose and have a great time with it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you're all having a great day. Bye.